Hi, it's Jack here, and I'm going to do a recap on the Brooks family story, which is it's a series more than a Let's Play, if you get me just. Um, so basically, what happens is, we'll go into not Jenny's, I mean James's story first, and then we'll recap what both of them are about. Well, for starters, James doesn't know his real parents, which is really upsetting for him. But then again, it hasn't really gotten to him that he doesn't know them, but he would like to know them because it gets him down every so often that he's never actually met them. Like, he knows who they are, but they don't have Facebook or Simbook or whatever the Sims would probably call it. So that he could see them and talk to them and stuff. He just has um, adoptive parents, and the whole story behind why he got put in adoption was his parents decided that they wanted to settle down, so they did. And they also decided that they wanted a child. And that fateful day come where James's mother found out she was pregnant. And both of them were still at work until so far into the pregnancy. Well, his mother was anyway. So she went on maternity leave, and his dad was working full time, providing for the family like every normal family does. Sad thing is though, is James's family, or once James was born, when James was a month old, his dad lost his job. So there was no jobs around, and his mum had a job, but she couldn't go to it because she was on maternity leave. So she couldn't do anything about it, and they were skinned. Well, skint means they couldn't afford much, and it was getting them down quite a bit. Like, it was getting them really upset. So and it got to the point where they just couldn't cope with trying to bring James up because of all the money worries and stuff. So they thought he'd have a better life with someone who could afford to have him. So they put him up for adoption, and it's been a real shame for him because James knows who his adoptive parents are, and I will bring them into the game very soon. So anyways, James doesn't know who his real parents are, and he wants to find them out, and that's his mission in life. And he also wants to settle down with someone. And yeah, that's James's story. Jenny's, on the other hand, she's just a normal girl. She wants to have a family. Well, she has to really have a family because she is her parents' only child. She's the only child. She hasn't got any siblings or anything. She's got one sibling. Well, a brother, but she doesn't see him because he's on the other part of the world. So really, and none of Jenny and her parents don't have any contact with him because they don't know where he is or he's gone. All they know is that he's moved country because he told them before he left, and he's still alive because they got told by one of his friends, but they never really speak anymore. So Jenny's basically the last known person in the family who can carry on the family, if you get what I mean. So Jenny wants to have a successful lineage and carry on her family name, which is Brooks. She wants to have kids, and she wants to find the right person to do that with, which is where James comes in because he wants to settle down with someone. And the story between Jenny and James is they are best friends who've grown up with each other since they were really little. Jenny's always been there to support James when he gets upset about his parents and not knowing them, and just general day-to-day things. She's always been there for him, and they decide to move into a house together, but they aren't actually hooking up. Both of them have feelings for each other, but Jenny's too scared to say anything, and as is James. But Jenny wants to have a family, so does James. James wants to settle down with someone, and that's his passion or dream in life. But because Jenny and James won't tell each other there's a problem. We need, like, they're gonna have to get closer, and that's where, like, yeah, the whole story kicks off. Really, they will be dating other people, and then one day something will snap, and they'll realize that they belong together and that they should have kids and get married. But there's going to be a problem because hopefully somewhere through the story Jenny's going to have a baby of a one night stand by accident because she'll get drunk. She's not a slut or anything. It was just an accident, and because Jenny's a nice, kind and loving person she is, she's going to keep that baby. And then James will become its unbiological father. He will care for it like it's his own because that's what Jenny wants. This is like a test to James, sort of. He wants, like, he wants to settle down with her, and this is Jenny's test. She wants to see if he's got the sort of, he's the sort of person who she could have a family with, and this is just a test. And he will always love this child that isn't in the game yet, as if it was his own. Even if it's ugly or there's something wrong with it, he will love it like it's his own biological baby. And this will be a test, so Jenny knows whether she wants to settle down with him, and he will pass this test, meaning they do eventually settle down, but that'll be in around part 10 of this series, maybe 11, because I want them to meet other friends first. So hopefully they all have generations of children. And then the next part of the story, I think I'll tell you as well. Jenny will make an enemy, preferably a girl, obviously. And James, being the sort of person he is, nice to everyone, will become friends with his girlfriend or wife's enemy. Well, hopefully wife anyway. And then, by accident, he'll find himself in a situation where he's kissed her enemy, and then her enemy has a thing for James. And that's all I'm going to tell you until I actually get The Sims 4, the proper game. I've done create a sim demo. I only use this so that I could create my family, well, the people I need anyway. And I don't know if I do get, well, when I do get The Sims 4 next week, I'm not sure whether I should create the child that isn't James's, or I should just make her meet someone randomly and do that. But then again, it's the problem of whether you actually can get a sim junk. So I think I'll do that. I'll just make her have a child and create a sim, and it stops all the heartache between James and them. So make sure you comment on what you want to happen, and if on around about part 10 I do get enough viewers and subscribers and you want to make a character for me to be Jenny's enemy and James's secret love story, then you can, and I will be sure to use them. And even if it's a boy and I don't want James to be gay or bisexual or anything like that, I will use them in game, and even the girls that I don't use in as the thingy, I will also use them as well, hopefully at some point in my series. And I'll be doing other series as well, so it's not just this one, there will be multiple series. But I'm not going to do another series until about part 15 of this, so I can get this kick started and any new viewers have something to watch. And I will also be doing pre-made ones as well, so that I can just release them whenever you guys get bored on a new video. So yeah, that's the whole story summed up in one. So yeah, please comment, rate and subscribe, and that's all I really have to say. Bye bye.